From an early stage, I was very interested in how sport transcends the sports pages. And I worked at a variety of newspapers on the opinion pages, and I had a series of bosses who said, Martinez, you're just a frustrated sports editor, because I never worked in the sports section, but I was always looking at sport as a way to explain things that were happening in the world of politics, business, and culture. So this research project that's supported by the Global Sports Institute allowed me to take a deep look at the globalization of the English Premier League. English football used to be quite insular, and in the mid-90s that all started to change. Now you have a league where 70% of the players are foreign, which was allowed by the freedom of labor movement within Europe. Most of the owners are foreign. Clubs have Chinese characters, but from sponsors on their jerseys. Most of the fans are outside of the UK. I wanted to take a look at how this was coexisting with the political rejection of globalization. How are communities in Britain, how are they dealing with this tension between their clubs being these hyper-local institutions that date back to the 19th century, and the fact that their owners now resided in places like the US in the case of Swansea, or Thailand in the case of Leicester, and most of their fans were outside the country. I was surprised at the extent to which people have compartmentalized their political sentiments. Half of the UK wants out of the European Union, wants to, put England first. They have compartmentalized that political attitude with an acceptance of the fact that their league will be dominated by the best players from all over the world and the best coaches from all over the world. I was expecting more of a resistance to that. There's a sense in which England has actually improved by having its national players compete in a domestic league every week with the best players from all over the world, coached by the best foreign coaches. It's like an all-star league for the world. There might be fewer positions that are allotted to English players because they're playing alongside the best from elsewhere in Europe or Brazil or Argentina, but the players who get to participate in this league are much stronger as a result. So it's an interesting metaphor or case study of globalization and the attitudes that take place there. But not long ago, it was Russian oligarchs or people in China or the Middle East wanting to acquire these amazing assets of these English football teams, almost the way billionaires go out and buy yachts. But now you're seeing this influx of American owners who are seeing it as an international extension of their sports and entertainment conglomerates. When the Premier League relaunched itself and rebranded itself in the 90s, they came and they looked at the NFL and what game day experience was like. And they instituted things like Monday Night Football. One of the things that surprised me as a result of this research was seeing the extent to which American influence within traditional soccer powerhouses in Europe is present and it's growing. I'm now pursuing a book project that's looking at this global contest between our domestic sports here in the US and our leagues and international football to transcend our domestic bases and gain market share worldwide. If you're the NBA or the English Premier League, you see China, you see India as the next big market. And there's a fascinating clash occurring now between our sports and these European leagues to win market share, hearts and minds, fans. Also identify the next stars that you can bring to your clubs so that they can help you win over converts and fans in these countries. It's early days, but when you look forward to 2036, where will we be in terms of how these entertainment sport conglomerates view their product and their audience? And I think we're gonna see a departure from the traditional sense that these sports need to be rooted in a nation state. And I think one of the things I've learned from looking at the experience of the Premier League in the age of Brexit is that this process has a momentum that is independent from politics, and I'm not sure it's going to slow down.